Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Shevolving Life. It's me, your girl, Samantha. And I'm super excited for this topic because it is so important for this time of year. It is one that I personally walk out. I am not just spouting, things that I've learned as a nurse practitioner. I actually use this stuff in my day-to-day to keep myself well and healthy and whole and to keep the kids churning along and the husband too. So on this episode, we're going to talk about how to boost your immunity during the winter months. I know this is something that a lot of us moms are constantly thinking about and to be honest, worried about because a lot of times sickness is not just about, the direct effects on the body and things like that, but it has a effect on the whole household, how it runs. There may be missed school involved, missed work days, like it's a whole thing, So if we can find ways to really boost our immunity, I think that's where it's at. All right. So, you know, for fortunately for us, we rarely get sick, and I'm super grateful for that. My husband can tell you this firsthand. He thinks it's some sort of special juice in my genetics, but I just don't get sick a whole bunch. And him growing up, he was more of, he would say, like a sickly child. Wouldn't call it that, but he did have, regular, like every year he got a bronchitis, he got a flu. Um, and honestly, that carried on, especially in the first year of our marriage, first few years of our marriage, when he was teaching, and around those kids, those snotty nose, yucky second graders. He got sick a ton that first year teaching. And so it wasn't until I would say once I transitioned from being a bedside nurse to a nurse practitioner, and I really started to really dig in deep on like immunity and how to set him up. He takes the annual flu vaccine. We don't play. So I am of a balance, and I'm not saying this is for everybody, but this is what we do here. We take the flu shot. And, in the past, I would say 10 years or so, like he has not had any regular yearly flu, yearly, um, illness that really puts him out. And the kids, he would say, they got them genes from you. And I would gladly take that because they do not typically go through a winter illness that sort of has them laid out. I'm pretty sure that they are just getting exposed to all the different bugs and germs and different things like that because they're not, I'm not holding them hostage and keeping them out, from the public. It's not COVID. It's not circa 2020, 2021. Thank the Lord. But they out here, they interacting, they living their best life, and their immune system is just able to respond in a healthy, balanced way to the things that they're exposed to. And so I am going to give you the tea, lay it down for y'all, what we do in our household to boost our immunity and keep ourselves well throughout the winter. And they're very easy and very basic. So I want to first break down sort of some of the common stuff that we see in the winter months. We see the common cold, which a lot of different viruses can cause the common cold. Rhinovirus being one of the more common ones. But yeah, so we got viruses, upper respiratory infections, URIs, are very common in the wintertime, because think about it. We're just not outside as much. We're more close together in our wherever we are, but we're indoors. And so that's just more opportunity for human contact, human to human contact, touching those high touch surfaces, and things just spread. So you got your viruses, you got your flu viruses, which have several strains to them that really sort of pop up in the wintertime. I feel like stomach bugs, you have a lot of like, you know, not cookouts, potlucks, and you have a lot of going and sharing of food and exchanging with people. And so, stomach bugs seem to have a little bit of uptick as well around this time of year. I remember one year, I don't know how long ago this was, but my whole house was laid out because of a stomach bug that hit me 2 days before Thanksgiving. I was hosting, y'all. And I am a big proponent of, if you sick, you isolate. You sick because, number one, you need to get well and you need to pour back into yourself, but also you don't need to be around other people passing on your germs, right? So I shut it down. Thanksgiving was canceled. And all that food, bless their heart, all my family had to make alternate plans for their Thanksgiving. I'm like, sorry, y'all, the food can't leave this house either. I got it. We got stomach bug. I don't know where it came from. I don't know where it's going, but I know I can't send no food out this house. Like, no. So it was crazy. But yeah, stomach bugs for some reason like this time of year. And so of course there are lots and lots of things out there that we use to support us when we're sick. You got your vitamins, your supplements. So I'm going to just give you the bare bones minimum of the stuff that we do to stay well, to combat all these little things that's out to get us and mess up our good time for the holidays. Okay, number one, I make sure that I control my allergy symptoms. Okay. And so for me, I've had allergies on seasonal, like pollen and things like that, dust, all my life. And so what's important is to control those allergy symptoms. So if you're like me, and I also have one allergy kid out of the 4, and hopefully it stays that way. Because allergies are no fun, but I control my allergy symptoms. I am very conscious and aware of when if I feel an uptick in the stuffy nose, and it's just like, oh, I was outside. Oh, and I'll look and see, is anything blooming? What's going on with the pollen? I've personally taken an allergy test before. And so I am very familiar and knowledgeable of like the ebbs and the flows of like what's high, what's low, and then take a over-the-counter antihistamine when appropriate. Not every day. I'm not an everyday like no, when appropriate. And just stay on top of that, because a lot of times we think it's a cold, we think it's a virus, we think it's a flu, and it's really like allergy symptoms that just have people, they're sneaky symptoms causers. And people think, especially I'm in Atlanta, so our winters are very mild. So people don't understand that there is still pollen happening in the wintertime. There are still plants that are pollinating. There are still grasses and weeds, certain things that, in the cooler, especially the late fall, that's like their jam. They're like, yes, it's November. I'm about to put that palette out. Like, so just be conscious and aware and figure out, is this allergy or is this not? Okay. So that's number one. Number 2 that I really do is increase fluid, like watery vegetables, watery fruits. As the temperature cools down, things get drier. And that goes for us too. And our body requires water in order to really perform those essential immune functions. 70% of our immune system lives in our gut. What? Yeah. 70% lives in our gut. And in there, you have all kinds of good bacteria, good fungi, good whatever, helping you digest your food and keep you well from invading pathogens that don't belong. And so those organisms need water too. You have to water and hydrate that healthy gut biome in order to stay well and boost your immune system throughout the winter. So hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. As my kids would say, water, 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 water. Anybody listen or watch Dr. McStuffins? Because that water song was on point. You gotta drink way more water than you think. Water. Third thing is another sort of food. We got to be conscious of how much inflammatory foods we are consuming during the winter time. I know we want to get crazy with the comfort foods. It's cold, you want to be all warm and but we got to be more conscious about how much starch, simple sugars, like refined, all that white stuff, like that is pro-inflammatory. That is taking resources, attention from your body actually fighting off real life things. Your body is now supercharged and fighting the food that is just like, this not real. This is, this is inflammatory, and this is making my systems haywire. So reducing the sugar, reducing the refined white starches, your white breads, your white pastas, your white rice, like limiting that, and maybe opting for the whole grain version, or just reducing it altogether, is gonna be essential in helping your system put resources towards actually fighting real stuff out here in these streets, not fake food. We don't want it to fight the fake food. We want it to fight real stuff. So don't even consume the fake food. Okay. Or let's be real, just minimal. Because I'm not making my mac and cheese with whole wheat. I'm just not. I will be making my mac and cheese with the regular elbow macaroni that's white. But small quantities. Be cognizant. Be conscious. Okay. This go without saying, rest. I know some of y'all don't know how to do that. And it's okay. We really haven't been taught well. So it's okay. Give yourself all the grace in the world. But now that you know that you don't know how to rest, it's time to put some energy, some effort, intentionality around finding out how to rest and teaching our kids to rest. Our bodies are not meant to be in this overdrive, this produce. It is seasonality that's required. Okay. We need to honor that and rest and go dormant and hibernate and find ways to fit that type of lifestyle into our schedule. You can't heal if you constantly in sympathetic mode. Sympathetic hormonal mode is that fight, flight, freeze vibe with all the cortisol, with all the endorphins, all that stuff on 10. You have to shift to your parasympathetic mode. Rest, digest, heal. Okay? That mode is where you get the optimal healing going on. So rest. All right. And then last but certainly not least is our gratitude practice. It has been scientifically proven time and time again, research, that mindset has a profound effect on our immune system. Okay. And so if you can tap in to those positive emotions, the feeling, embody them, you are actually shifting your physiology into a more coherent state, a more restful state, a more healing machine state. Okay. So for me, gratitude is a readily available positive emotion that I can easily get to. So find what your positive emotion is that you can easily get to, right? It might be acceptance. I'm here and that's okay. Grace. I'm here and I'm surrendering it all, Gratitude. As soon as I say gratitude, I feel the warm, tingly vibrations in my leg, my feet, I can instantly feel the shift of my inner state when I say gratitude. So start to kind of hone in what positive emotion, what words, what vibe can I feel myself embodying that's readily available to me so that I can put that in practice daily to set me up to boost my immunity. I do a gratitude practice with the girls every morning, right? And I know a lot of y'all have grown up with saying prayers at night, and I hope gratitude is in there, but not just letting it be words, but finding a way to tap in where you feel it. You feel it in your heart, you feel it in your gut, you feel the ease and the tension release from your muscles. That's how you know when you're doing it right. All right, that's all I have. That's all I have for today. Let's take a couple minutes and boost our immunity right here, right now. It literally does not take that long. I want you to get comfortable in your seat wherever you are, except for if you're driving. And I want you to put your hands to your heart and think of light and love radiating from your hands. Connect to that unconditional love that you have for your kids, that unconditional love that you experience when you held them for the first time. Connect to that love. That motherly love is strong. So imagine that love emanating from your hands and pouring it back onto yourself. And I want you to imagine that love as a rain shower pouring from head, face, shoulders, down your core, all the way down. And imagine that shower of love bathing your whole body, bathing your skin, bathing your immune system, your blood, the life force that's within you. Bathe yourself with that light, that unconditional love that you are, that you have embodied, that you have experienced, and allow that light and that warmth and that love pour over your whole body. Oh, that's making my legs tingle. I love it. Whenever you're ready, just come back to this present moment, kind of wiggle and giggle. That is literally gonna boost your immunity. You bathe yourself in that positive vibe, that light, that love. You connect it with life force. If you've seen my episode on energy healing, it's kind of the same thing. But do that every day. I do it before I go to bed, but maybe when you wake up, do it with the girls or your kids. I'm so used to saying the girls, your kids. With a gratitude practice, I'm telling you, that goes such a long way in boosting your immunity, keeping you with the right mindset, the right outlook on life, to perceive the world in a good way. The universe is here to support us, and whatever challenge we face personally and as a collective, that we can show up resilient and with an open heart, able to think without fear, but think through love. I will see you guys next time. Thanks again for joining me on Shevolving Life. Please, if this has touched you in any way and you feel like this message needs to get out here and you want to be a part of that movement, please share this with another mama friend who's out here on a struggle bus, who's out here trying to do the best that she can. Share it, share this with her. Okay, like it. Yes, subscribe. Thank you. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.